Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. And by the Salvation Army Civic Breakfast. Get your tickets today at KickHungerKC.com for Salvation Army Civic Lunch on May 7th. This is your home for Chiefs football. 9-5. The Fan. Here's Jay Binkley and Chris Lucero.
Did you see Rocky there yesterday? Did you see Rocky there yesterday?
What?
At Quarry Pond?
No.
Him and his helper, or whatever you call her.
No, I see it. I've seen her.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Just asked. He was there.
You saw him?
Yeah, I saw him.
Blue, white.
Good, okay.
Do not
What are you
take
good for?
anything that he
Go for a walk.
Take it with a grain of salt. There's a few things that I thought were interesting as far as what he looks for in a tackle and also his involvement in the draft process. I thought that was a pretty, there was no reason to smoke that. So here's Andy and what he looks for in an offensive tackle. Keep in mind, I think he really, really wants offensive line.
I would tell you, I always look at the feet. I go and say, listen, give me somebody.
You saw him pass in train tracks?
That's the offensive line is kind of my baby, along with the defensive line. I like both those the big guys. I think you.
Okay, Dad?
Yeah, I'm just rolling the window down. I don't need the air.
I make sure that group is strong.
So here's the one thing. He loves the offensive line. He loves defensive line. He said that as a former offensive lineman and a former coach of offensive line, I don't like people like this. Taking an edge. That's why you have to FAU and up there and do like that. But he's done a couple things.
Yeah.
Of course. He brings up armor. Because remember, Andy Reid is very particular on that, especially in the first round. And the first round on 34 yards or Reid. That's the one outlier there. But it goes to the defensive line as well when you think about edge rusher getting around tackles. Those kind of lines. So if you put 2 and 2 together there, Armley does better than Andy Reid. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing about the Armley deal with like Bain is like a lot of people are, well, he's an outlier. Like the Chiefs have been drafting outliers the last few years. Like Pascal Loftus was a bit of an outlier because generally 33 inches is what teams are looking for. He was about 32 and a half. And then last year they went with even more of an outlier in Ashton Jelani. And then wasn't that same? No, it was the year before when they took Daniel. Who was also an outlier. He was, he's under 32. Which you think mid-round, that's fine. But the one thing about it, too, is you've heard, well, the Chiefs haven't been able to get to the quarterback. That is blatantly false. They were number 2 in the NFL in sacks in 22 and 23. All the teams in the NFL, the Chiefs were number 2 in getting to the quarterback. Now, they haven't exactly drafted Armley, and what's happened? They gradually slipped back as far as the rankings. But they were number 2 in the NFL for 2 straight years. And so it's like, they were kind of getting away from you start to see the production on, getting to the quarterback on it. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense that you would bring that up. And I do think that is a parameter that maybe they should revisit. Maybe locking that in for sure and getting the traits that they're not taking a guy. Andy's traits that he's looking for each traits. Go ahead and lead into the decision making in the draft picks. 100% they do. They have back away from this thing. Here and there, they have better results. This is what Andy did for the end.
Well, first.
You got your case?
No. Paper? No. Huh?
Whenever they talk about that, the way that they build the roster. Yeah, 100%. Also, Andy Reid was asked about the wide receivers in the draft that he think are capable of being a number one.
I'll tell you, there's a number of receivers that are good players. I think the key when you're there, you hear this every year, so I mean, you know this, but you always hear take the best player available when you get to that point. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, a wide receiver. It doesn't matter. People can try to predict who you're going to take, but you're going to get to that point where it's going to go, listen, all these hours we put in, let's get the best guy and let's roll with it. And will it be a wide receiver? I don't know that. I don't know what's going to be there, but whatever it is.
This is like when you ask someone, you're in the interrogation room at the copy, you're asking them their part of the story. You know they did it, but you're trying to get them to confess it. That's what it sounds like. Players and maybe I'm being biased because I wanted to pick a receiver, but it just based on that answer, it sounds like, oh well, there's this receiver that we really like. If he's available at 9, or if we got to trade up a little bit to go get him, we'll go get him. That's what it sounds like.
What?
Hopefully no there.
Yeah, he didn't name a single player. Beach last week, he was very, very quiet. Yeah,
I just want to look at the noise.
So he doesn't have a problem at wide receiver because he's going hard on offense. Now we're talking about he's going to need it. It's like their version of the college players hitting the portal, and they're just tweeting out like the emojis. This is the GM. Or the recruits who written down like their final 5 schools or whatever. They start with a 20-team draft get you as our season's over. So, yeah. It's looking tough right now. It's not good. Coming up next, me and Bing are going to go through our mock draft 4.0. We put it out on Monday night. If you want to listen to that draft, as we did the draft live, you can listen to that on the podcast page, wherever you listen to podcasts. Look for character concerns, we have them there. So coming up next, me and Bing will explain our logic behind our mock draft 4.0. The character concerns, that's our draft. 965.
Character Concerns Draft Special with Chip Eakley and Chris Lucero. Brought to you by Dan S. Bowling Company. Trusted in Kansas City since 1994. One contractor for all parking lot needs. By the Leavenworth PD. And a bus. Stand out. Build your career at Leavenworth PD. Apply online today at leavenworthps.gov/police. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5. The Fan.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive. That's exactly why I do. The free upside. Upside? Yes, upside. It's the free app that you can track back just for us to use. They're already running. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Promo code WAGON for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app.
Oh. No?
Whether you're looking for a Bronco, an Explorer, F-150, or even a commercial vehicle, Bonsai Ford has the selection.
That's right, Kevin. We've got it all. And we've got the lowest prices in Kansas City. No gimmicks, just great deals on every new Ford.
And it's not just inventory, it's how you do business. Bonsai Ford makes it very simple.
We do it on purpose. Non-commission sales team. Transparent pricing. Powertrain values.
You've even got the reputation to back it up, Bobby. Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, 3,000 reviews. Wow.
And this year, we're proud to be voted Best Car Dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
So if you're ready for a better car buying experience,
Come see us at 135th and State Line or check us out at robsight.com.
from Broncos to F-150s to work trucks, Ron Sy Ford has what you need.
If you want something easy, you're not going to find it.
Yep.
All right,
Oh.
drive happy.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Taking a look at the pro basketball futures market, Oklahoma City now a minus choice to win the championship at -120. We saw San Antonio Star Center get concussed last night. We don't know when he will be back in the team's first round series. Boston shot 13 of 50 from 3 last night. They game 2 lost to Philadelphia. It's all lining up for Oklahoma City to go back-to-back and win a championship. It's not fun or sexy to say that the favorite's just going to win, but that's where I'm at right now. I think Oklahoma City is a worthy minus choice to win another title. That's it for this Sports Betting Minute. Brought to you by BetMGM. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
BetMGM and GameStop remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21
Is this Tuesday or Wednesday? This Wednesday, yeah.
Please gamble
Huh?
responsibly.
I couldn't remember if today is Tuesday or
We
Wednesday.
weren't happy with the way things turned
Wednesday.
out last night. So I made the call.
Yeah, that
Weed
Wednesday,
man's
Tuesday.
been a total game changer.
Huh?
You have to tell.
Fertilization,
Because I'm
weed
tired.
control, the whole 9 yards. Our lawn has never looked better. The neighbors are so jealous, they avoid me at the supermarket. It's fantastic. Go to weedman.com, enter promo code GREEN, and get 1 free service.
I need a little rain. There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch fries with a little